Hello, witches. Good morning. I'm coming on here to talk about the dream astral travels that I had last night, and I just want to share a particular part of it, pretty much. Like, first of all, on Valentine's Day, I had woken up at 2 o'clock in the morning on that day and had been up ever since then, all the way until like about 9 o'clock in the morning on the 15th, before I finally went to sleep. And I woke up again when I finally went to sleep on the 15th at 9 o'clock in the morning. I didn't wake up again until 2 o'clock this morning on Wednesday, the 16th. So I slept for a very long time. I'm sorry. See, y'all, I'm confused. Okay, today is Thursday, the 16th, not Wednesday. And I just slept for a very unusual amount of time, but I had been awake for a very long time as well. But anyway, in this sleeping, I had a lot of different dreams and travels, and some of them were like very just mundane, normal dreams, and then a lot were also like spiritual travels, actual, and astral projections and things like that. And the particular one that I want to share, it was consisted of like traveling in a truck, like an old pickup truck, and I was with either 2 or 3 other men. I don't believe that I was my own self in the dream. I've been dreaming a lot lately where I see myself, I not see myself, but a lot of my dreams recently have been like I'm astral projecting into another person, and I'm seeing out of their eyes and from the point of view of their mind, their thoughts, their feelings, which is new for me because usually I always just either astral project literally myself, or when I'm dreaming it's from my own point of view, like I'm myself, or I just see the entire dream like a movie where I'm not even a character in it at all, but I'm still seeing it from my own point of view, like as a disembodied spirit or consciousness or something like that. But here lately I've been literally seeing the dreams from the point of view of another person altogether that is a character or person in the scene or the entire dream. So that's how this dream was. And I was either with 3 other guys or 2 other guys. And they were in a pickup truck, and they were driving somewhere. It seemed like they had it was like they had this small box, like a wooden box or a shoe box, like a brown colored shoebox that looks like wood, or it was actually a wooden box. I can't really remember. But there was stuff inside of it, and they were taking it to a cemetery to bury it. Or it was rather like the person who I was in the dream wanted to bury it in a cemetery. But he was not the one who was driving the truck. And these men, they were like in a small town, and they were driving on a normal road, and suddenly they like went off road in this truck and just started driving like into a wooded area, and it was very muddy, and like just wet, like everything seemed wet. And this was like around sunset, and then in the next part of the dream, pretty much, they pulled up at this location, and it actually wasn't a cemetery. And so from whoever's body I was in, they were thinking like, this isn't a cemetery, this is not where I want to bury this box, because they were the one that had the box. And they like spoke up to the other people, and they were like, this isn't where I want to bury this, I want to bury it in a cemetery. And the other men were just like, it's okay, just get out of the truck here, and this is a good location to bury it, it'll be fine. They were just saying stuff like that. And so that person that I was in their body, in their mind, seeing from their perspective, was hesitant, but they did get out of the truck, and they were like, okay. And they were like looking around at the different things. And so this place was like, it was a wooded area, or it was in the woods, like where the truck was parked and where these men were. Now down below, there was like a drop off down, and then there was like a creek or a river there. And then on the other side, there was like a rise in like a hill, or it's like a rocky thing. So it was like a terraced type of formation of land. And there was like different moss-covered rocks and trees, and everything just seemed damp and wet. And so these men were just like standing there, and then the one with the box was looking around at everything. And I feel like he was trying to decide whether or not he really wanted to leave the box there. And basically, the other men started digging a hole to like bury the box. And the person whose mind I was in was like, I started to get these thoughts like, I don't want to bury the box here. After all, something doesn't seem right about this place. For this. Now, I don't know what it was specifically. I don't know what was in the box. I just know there was like objects in it, and that these people wanted to bury it. And all I know is based from the thoughts that were in this person's head. He didn't want to bury it there. And for whatever reasons, I don't know. But so he spoke up again, and he was like, I don't want to bury the box here. It's not a good place. And the one who had been driving the truck was like, no, it's okay. Like, come look at this place over here. And he walked a little bit more towards where the next hill was that was like rising up. And more closer to that area, there was a rock formation, like a man-made of like, but like ancient, because it was like natural, large rocks. Like it kind of reminded me of like Stonehenge or like different stone circles like that, but it just was not very big. Like these rock, these huge rock columns were like not as tall as a person. They were shorter, and but they were still pretty large, you know. And it was like two rough rock columns with another one going across the top. And I think there was either another one or two more beside it. And these rocks were also like mossy, covered in moss and stuff, or at least had sections of that. And it was like they were just very ancient feeling. And there was these were basically like right next to the hill or mountain part where it was going up. And so there was mud also on top of the rocks that were like horizontal on the top of the two columns. There was mud and moss on the tops. And I don't know what the significance of that was, but the man who was driving the truck led the man with the box to those rocks, and he was like, see, look, these are here. So this is a good space to bury the box. It'll be fine. And the person with the box still was not convinced. He was just like, no, I don't want to bury the box here. There's just something wrong with this area. It's not, there's just something not right about this. I'm not going to bury the box here. So after that, he noticed, the person with the box noticed that there was these like drainage looking things coming down from that mountain hill thing. Like, y'all know how drainage ditches look like in cities and stuff. It's like a concrete ditch pretty much where water can drain or flow through. It looked like that, but they were extremely like vertical slanted on this mountainous hill area, and there was several of them spaced apart. Well, the person with the box like set it down, and he started climbing up one of those, and it was very broken down and like old. Like, it wasn't, the cement wasn't like smooth. It was like cracked and jagged and just very old looking, like as if it was abandoned or not in use anymore. And he climbed up it to the top, and when he got to the top looking, at that point I started to become more like in control of this dream, instead of just being like I was seeing it through this other person's eyes. I guess I started to gain a measure of control over his body or something, because I started to become aware that I was in a dream and that, I was my own consciousness. And so I looked over the top, or rather, when I got to the top of this vertical drainage thing, like I saw that over the crest of this mountainous hill, there was another body of water up there. It was either like a river or a lake. I can't be sure because I didn't necessarily try to look across the water to see how close the shore was on the opposite side, because at this point it was actually dark, because when we arrived there the sun was already setting, and by the time that this part of the dream unfolded it was dark, so I didn't really see how close was the other distant shore, whether it was really close, like in a river or something, or if it was far away, like in a lake or something. I just didn't see the opposite shoreline, so I don't know for sure, but it could have been a river or a lake. The water was very brown looking and dirty or murky looking. And for some reason that made me feel a sense of like fear or anxiety when I saw that water there. It started raining almost instantly in that part of the dream. It just started raining, like pouring down pretty hard. And I started thinking this water is going to overflow and come spilling down these spillways or drainage areas. And I was like, we have to leave. And from that point, I was just in total control of this person's body now, because my consciousness had fully become aware that I was in a dream. And also too, this demonic being came into the dream. And this is the whole reason why I decided to share this on a video with you all. I'm about to smoke, y'all. Someone asked me what was I smoking in one of my past videos. This is what it is. I know it's going to be backwards for y'all, but y'all can decipher it. Okay. They are these black literal cigarettes that I smoke. I've been cutting back on smoking real cigarettes, and so I smoke these now, and it's less often than I would smoke a cigarette, so it's helping me cut back on smoking cigarettes. But these are clove cigars, basically, but they have a filter, so it's not as bad as smoking a cigar unfiltered or whatever, but they're clove flavored, or there's actual clove mix in it. I don't know for sure, honestly, but also the filter part is flavored, so whenever you're smoking it, you get the flavor of clove on your lips. They're really delicious. I don't think they have these at like every type of store, because there's only certain convenience stores where I'm able to find them in my town, which is not to be like racial or to bring that into it, but it's honestly mostly the stores where I'm able to find these are where the convenience stores that are owned by Middle Eastern people. So, in case y'all want to smoke these or try them or whatever, because someone asked me about them and said they want to give them a try in one of my last videos. Anyway, so this demonic being appeared in the dream. Now listen, y'all, when I say demonic, I'm not talking about the type of demons from the Goetia and stuff like that. To me, those are actually what's called jinn. When you're talking about the demons from the Goetia and the type of demons that witches work with, to me, those are actually jinn, okay? When I'm talking about demon right now in the context of this dream, I really mean a malicious, malevolent entity, spiritual being. So when I saw it, I was already fully conscious that I was dreaming and I was taking control of that person's body. And this entity appeared in the dream. And it looked like, well, first of all, it like dropped down out of the sky or out of the trees or something and just dropped down and landed right there on the ground next to those drainage things or spillways. I don't know what to really call them because they were like vertical on the side of this thing and there was water at the top. And I kind of just want to call them spillways. And I don't even really know what a spillway is, honestly. I've just heard that word before. But it seemed to me like they were there for if that water overflowed from the top. It would be channeled through these direct drainage things instead of just overflowing altogether everywhere. You know what I mean? That's what it seemed like to me. But anyway, this being dropped down and he was like right beside that. And it was a male. I got the distinct feeling that it was a male. And it also just looked pretty masculine. It had very pale skin, like dead, necrotic. It was like it was so pale that it was bluish tinged skin. And it didn't have any hair at all. It did not have eyebrows either. Like there was no hair on it. It did not have eyelashes. The eyes were completely black. Like even the white part, it was just completely black. It had on either black lipstick or its lips were just black altogether. And also all around the eyes was black. I don't know if it was makeup or if that's just how it looked, but it had black all around its eyes and black lips with this very pale skin. When it landed on the ground, it seemed like it was aware of me and as well as the other men that were with me, but it didn't seem like it was there for us. It didn't really pay us any attention. It pretty much immediately went over to those drainage things and it started like hitting them very hard, like it was trying to break them, or I mean, like I told you, they were already like old and like cracked, but it almost seemed like it was trying to like break them down completely and knock them down. And so, hang on, this blanket's kind of itchy on my back, in a certain spot. So it was like knocking, like punching or pounding on those things, or on a specific one, really. Now, as it was doing that, it's almost like it, I don't know, y'all, this dream was kind of weird, but I guess it was changing the dream itself, because as it was hitting that area where it had normally looked like rock, like natural rock, and just the side of a mountain, as it was pounding this area, it's like all of that fell away, and there was actually concrete there beneath it, like a concrete wall. So, you know, that began to be exposed beneath this layer of like normal rock or whatever that just looked like the side of a hill or a mountain. And I was like, well, what is it doing? And it was like it was trying to break the actual concrete wall as well. And it just was just there, relentlessly going at it for a long time in the dream. And I was like just watching, and the other men were watching, and we didn't know what to do. But it's like something about that creature also seemed like it immobilized us, because I remember there was a part where I basically like fell down, and it was like I couldn't move. I like fell over onto my side and I could not move, but I was facing towards that creature still, so I saw it just beating at the wall for the longest time, and I just couldn't move. And I remember I was trying to get up and probably to try to leave or something, but I couldn't. I could still feel my body, and I could still blink my eyes, but I just couldn't get up. And I was just there watching it. And so after quite a while of going on like that, I realized I'm just not going to be able to get up in this dream. Like, this dream's not going to develop anymore. So I decided to just wake myself up. And as I did that, I was waking up here in my bed, and I was also opening my eyes. I actually saw that being in my bedroom, still pounding, but at my wall. And then as I continued to wake up, it just faded away. But I was like, what the hell was that all about? Okay, so then, you know, as I was waking up, basically, I just started to analyze it more, you know, and with my awake consciousness. And I remember seeing something about this dam in California, the Oroville Dam. something's going on with that right now in California, and it's supposedly overflowing or breaking down or something. Like, I don't really know the details of it. I just saw it mentioned a few times. So I don't really fully know the details of that, but considering my dream, I'm thinking that it has to do with that dam, and that something's definitely going to go on with it. It's going to break down and just overflow and release all the water. And I think that this demonic entity or spirit is actually behind it. I don't think it's natural. I think that there is some sort of spirit. I think that the spirit that I saw is behind it. And to me, y'all, it looked like a vampiric spirit entity. Or something similar to that. And it was just relentlessly trying to break that wall, that barrier that was holding that water at bay. So I really think that my dream was about the Oroville Dam, or maybe another dam somewhere, I don't know, but that's the only dam that I know of right now that has been anywhere mentioned recently that I would be dreaming about it. However small, that, like, I just seen like news headlines about it, and that's about it. Like, I have not actually read any articles or news stories or watched it on TV or anything. I just literally saw the news headline itself a few times, and that's about it. So I don't really know anything else about it. But I imagine that my dream's about that, if anything. And it is definitely going to break apart and release the water. And it's this spirit, the spirit's doing. So that will be in California, in the town of Oroville and the surrounding areas. So if y'all live there, or you know anyone who lives there, like, take it serious. It is impending, and it will happen for sure. And in the dream, it was raining there. So possibly it's going to happen while it is raining. So that's just another detail that should be acknowledged with this. So I had some other dreams as well that are more for my personal life and my personal self, so I'm not going to be sharing those at this time. But I just wanted to share that with you all, because it may possibly be a warning. I did not feel Hecate's presence in this dream, so I don't think that it was anything that she was showing me. But, you know, I can't ignore this if it is a possible warning to give to you all, or to the people who live there. So please pass this warning along if you know anyone or have any family or friends that live there that may possibly be affected by this. Just, you know, make sure that they're taking it serious. and know what they're going to do if something happens. I don't really know why this spirit is doing that. Possibly it's a spirit that will feed off of the death toll or something, because it looked like a vampire to me, or just some other undead creature. So maybe it's doing it so it can feed on the death toll, on all of that life force energy released when people die. I don't know, y'all, but I just wanted to share all that. So hopefully this is useful to someone out there, or to multiple people, I don't know, but I just thought I would share that because it seemed serious. And since I actually saw that being, like, as I was waking up and I saw it, like, hitting the wall in my room, I was like, maybe this is something that's pretty serious. So, just wanted to share that, you guys, and that's about it. So I guess I'll see y'all on the next video. Alright? Blessed be and stay safe.